everyone, and welcome to this lovely sunny Wednesday afternoon, the 22nd of May 2002. We are at the home of Sons of Gondor at the Vetch Field. What a great stadium we are at today to witness the first leg of the Swedish Cup final, the 76ers versus Los Urracas. And I'm joined today by our regular co-commentator. It is Quinton Fortuna. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mega Horse. Delighted to be here. What an occasion.
Absolutely. Have you got your sunglasses on?
Oh, I have. I was nearly blinded earlier. What a lovely venue.
It's perfect for a game of football today, isn't it? Let's have a little look through the cup run so far for both of these teams. We'll just work our way back to the fourth round where the teams joined. You can see here 76ers had a good 5-0 away win at Eliana, while Los Urracas went and bettered that with their 6-0 win away to Askim into the next round, and 5-0 win for 76ers. So they scored, what was that, I'm thinking it's 10 goals so far. Los Urracas with another clean sheet and a 3-0 victory. We went into the quarterfinals, 76ers dispatching Radaby in that position there. Wonderful for them. And Urracas with a 5-0 win over Ferden. And then in the semi-finals, I think this shows that neither team has conceded a goal so far in their run. 76ers 4, non-league series 0, and Los Urracas 2, Stackington 0. Judging by that, who would you put as favourites for the final today?
Well, they're both deserving finalists. They're both dispatched of lower league opposition. Urracas have dispatched Stackington, 76ers beat Radaby. I think I'm going to make Urracas slight favourites just on the results of the weekend's league fixtures.
Yes, yeah, it's just worth just having a quick check as we go into each team's position here. So Urracas in on their weekend game, I mean, they might have had Robert sent off, but they did beat a spirited Dangley side.
Yeah, that won the greatest performance, and perhaps had one eye on today's cup final. Um, but yeah, good result for Alan Smith. Agahara had a good game. Boya played well. There was some positives to take, and it was a good Danglish performance, and they still got the 3 points.
Yeah, it's always worth mentioning the Danglies during any sort of recording that we do. We are into the team for today. They've gone a bit more attacking than they did in the league the other day, and I think it's a side that looks like there's goals in.
Yeah, there does. It's real positive. Baumer and Dyer out on the wings. They should provide plenty of pace. It looks a solid defensive unit with David Batty patrolling in front, and Smith and Segalco up front should have goals in them. It is a big miss that Clivert's out injured, but yeah, I still think we'll see plenty of goals.
Yeah, I believe Clivert's out for the second leg as well, so certainly he will be missed, especially with the hat trick that he got in the fourth round. But yeah, David Batty in for his first start for the team.
Yeah, he's been pushing for weeks. He must have been. He's a quality player on this. He's got some great defensive attributes, and he might surprise with a good performance tonight.
So mid-table, seventh place in the league. Will they be able to take on the 76ers? Mark Kerr assigned squad number 24, showing that it's his first involvement at all for the team this season. For 76ers, they're eighth, just one place below in the league. So again, really close mid-table battle if it was a league match, of course, and a defeat at the weekend to Stackington.
Yeah, and that's why I've made Arrakis my slight favourites tonight. I think because Arrakis dispatched Stackington with ease, and yeah, it must be said Stackington weren't on a great run at the time, but 76ers have got some great individuals, so it will be tight. But just on the basis of that performance, I think Arrakis have got to go in as just ever so slight favourites.
And it's a tried and tested formation that 76ers are going for. So no playing around with systems or anything, but Milevski taking the Takanadi role.
Yeah, that's a surprise. Takanadi's an excellent performer, but we know Milevski, he can perform well in defensive midfield there. And man for the big occasions, Mark Kerr in centre mid patrolling, he'd be keen to see his opposite number on the bench there.
Yeah, whereas this Mark Kerr, he's only played cup games, so he's still yet to make a league game. But yeah, he's certainly a player capable of better than he's maybe been showing this season. And maybe the cup final is the right position for him to make his mark on Swedish football. Let's get into the game. Los Hughes versus Dan Hazard, leg one. Krista Felstrom refereeing today. And 76ers, Urracas, you're going Urracas. I'm going for a draw in the first leg. So we've kicked off. And the first few minutes has been pretty actionless, but 76ers coming forward. It's a penalty, and Marquinhos scores 1-0 early on. So that's certainly been a bit of a blow to the Magpies. As coming forward there, Nikiforenko's had another chance. It's really could have been 2-0, but then Yepes has equalised, and it's a great comeback early on to make it 1-1.
Oh, it's a
Ronnie
good
Johnson's having
start.
a stinker. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Ronnie Johnson's having a really poor game, isn't he?
He is so far. Yeah, it's unexpected from him.
Mm. Oh, Boyer's had a chance. I wonder if Johnson gave away the penalty. Plenty of chances. Both teams really going for it.
Yeah, it's been a
Kesman.
really good start. 2-1 Kesman. Yeah.
Kesman. I think the goals are just coming as we're talking over each other. We've got a yellow card for Milevsky just before half time. That could be crucial.
Yeah, really good first half. I mean, it's been very even, as you can see on the balance of play there. 76ers started off after a few minutes, started off like a train, and then the Rackers came back into it, and I mean, it's thoroughly deserving of the occasion so far, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if this is the first quarter of the tie, then we're really looking forward to the rest of it. Very, very even in the action areas, but you can see the possession. 76ers just edging it. Looking into the goals, so it was running on a push on Cannavaro at the corner. He should have been. I think he's more experienced than to do that.
He should be. Yeah, he's old enough, isn't he? I mean, it's a schoolboy error for first thing in the cup final. It's the last thing you want.
Yeah, and it's at the moment leaving them behind. So we've got Yepes with a fierce shot after a Kaladza flick on. So the flick on, of course, from the other team. He's looking at it thinking, Kaladza's on the other side. So he's an assist from 76ers for the Urracas goal. And then later in the half, just towards the half-hour mark, Marquinhos with a lovely chip in towards Kedman, who a turn and a blast. It sounds like a great goal, to be honest. And then a yellow card for Milevsky, but it's a foul on Alan Smith, so all is probably forgiven. Substitution wise, stat wise, yeah, I don't know any standouts for you.
No, I think there's been some good performances on both sides. I think probably the best player on the pitch is Mario Yepes so far in the Iraqis team. But you can see 76 is here. Milevski's come in. He's getting an 8 so far. Does have to watch his discipline a little bit, and that's why we're seeing Sigalko out of this one. He got suspended after a red card in the semi. But Kesman and Marquinhos are also playing well, as are the two centre backs.
Yeah, Cannavaro certainly winning two key challenges so far, but Walter Samuel and as you said, Mario Yepes, they are performing very, very well to say that their team's 2-1 down.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Yepes has led from the back, hasn't he? With scoring the goal, it's Ronnie Johnson letting his team down with that early push, and he's not really recovered since. You can see from the marks of the forward players, other than Sigalko's, no one's really getting into it as yet. So if they start to get a couple of 8s and 9s on there, then anything can happen. It can turn around. Yeah.
It certainly can. It's been end to end through quite a lot of the game, and as we saw from the stats being very, very similar. Sigalko winning 3 key headers so far. So yeah, as you mentioned, he's looked like he's been up for this game. We're going to 60 minutes. Urracas could go for a change of system at that point, maybe. And there are some planned subs for 76ers. So second half kicks off in the same way as the first, with chances for 76ers. But then Sigalko has come through and equalised. It is 2-2.
Great
And
start
it's
to the second half.
it certainly is. We're having a quality first leg. A chance there, Sigalko coming forward again, but we now approach our substitutes. One last chance. Milevsky has made a foul, I think, and then Kaladza has gone off injured. So that might affect the substitutes a little bit. Well, there are 2 planned subs. It doesn't say not to make 3 though. So Kaladze will come off, and I assume Okaronko will be the best option there.
Well, yeah, it's either that or Takinadi for Milevski, but yeah, Okoronkwo just a straight swap, I think, because Milevski's playing rather well, isn't he?
Well, it is that question of is Milevski in a danger position on a yellow?
Well, I suppose it's a danger anywhere, isn't it? If anyone's running at you on the right wing either, so I'd probably just make a straight swap and put Okoronkwo on for Kaladze.
Yeah, that would work then. Del Piero for Nicky Franco is the other change there, and Rui Costa for Mark Kerr. So it's a triple substitute for 76ers, and I do believe that Dan Hazard may be going for sticking with as he's got. What would you do in this situation if you were Urracas manager? Would you stick or twist?
I'd probably keep the formation as it is. I'd be tempted to pull Ronnie Johnson because he has not recovered from that early foul. I'd risk Ronaldinho on his yellow card there because he's performing rather well. But yeah, I'd keep things pretty much as it is and possibly just take off Johnson to spare the embarrassment at the other end.
Yeah, I think I'd probably be doing pretty similar. Although having looked at Dan has a setup, he is happy if his team are not losing to keep it as it is. So yeah, I think I'd have done the same as you, but maybe Dan Hazard's got a master stroke here and that Johnson will come forward and score a winner.
Well,
So
maybe there's some good performances on the team. It's 2-0. We've got half an hour to go this first leg, and it's anybody's game at the moment.
yes, and we will check after this game whether away goals do count. I haven't actually looked into that so far, so that'll be interesting at the end of this one. Half an hour left, and a chance immediately for Cannavaro. He's been very, very involved still. Urracas with a chance there as well towards looking to go in front. Mike Duff has just missed an absolute sitter. Del Piero with a chance. He goes straight down. Del Piero scores again. It is 3-2 to 76ers. And a yellow card for David Batty. 10 minutes left in this game. And it has gone a little quiet, but will Urracas get back into this one? It seems maybe not. Maybe one more chance for 76ers. We go into the second leg at 3-2 to the 76ers. Looking into the goals, just as a quick one there, we've got an early goal from Ronaldinho playing it into Sigalko with a header, and then the Del Piero goal. Okoronkwo pushed by Dyer, free kick from West, and a header in there from Del Piero, leaving him unmarked. So a bit of decent work from a couple of the substitutes there. Does that sum up the game for you, the stats?
Yeah, I think so. I think we saw that the second half was a little bit quieter than the first, so there was a few less shots on target in the second half. But 76ers have probably just edged it on the balance of play. I think those substitutions made all the difference and just refreshed the team. I think we saw the people that came off weren't performing at the best, and Alex Del Piero's come off the bench and netted the winner.
Yeah, 9. A really good half hour for him. Looking at who's been taken off, we've got 2 6s and a 7 and replaced by 2 7s and a 9. So, yeah, certainly effective substitutes. Cannavaro kept up a great performance, didn't he? Sort of quite unlucky not to get man of the match.
Yeah, he did well. I think he got pushed early on for the penalty, didn't he? But I mean, you've got to commend the manager on his masterstroke of bringing Milevski in for Takinadi in that defensive midfield position because he's patrolled the defence superbly there.
Yeah. I mean, we did question it, but Milevski's absolutely he's a quality player in this, isn't he? But yeah, I think brave considering Takanadi's form, but fantastic decision. And for Urracas, I mean, they've come out of the game with man of the match with Sigalko.
Yeah, I mean, he was on a 10 at one point for a fleeting moment in the second half before the subs were made. You can see he's just tired as the game's progressed, and that's where the game's being won, I think. But Ronnie Johnson topped and tailed his performance by giving away a penalty in the fourth minute and getting a yellow card right near the end of the game as well. So he never recovered early on. So I mean, you've got to question whether he's going to be playing the second leg, or if the manager can have a word with him and get him to perform at his best, then he might come back and perform strongly in the second leg.
Yeah, certainly some food for thought as we head into the second leg. So at 3-2, we see that the they are going to be playing in a week's time, and it's still at the same stadium. But let's just see if we can have a quick look into the uh, the away goals. Yes, so away goals used if scores are level after 90 minutes, and then if not, it will be golden goal extra time. But I mean, you would assume that is a 3-2 out of the question the other way around?
I think this match has shown that anything's possible in this one. It was both fairly evenly matched. One team just pipped it on the day, so yeah, there's no reason why it can't go the same the opposite way next week.
Yeah, I think maybe Dan Hazard won't be too downbeat about being 1 goal down when his team have 2 away goals at this rate. Then, so he's certainly very, very nicely poised. You can see there we've got Patrick Kluivert is still out, and a doubtful for Kaladze. Well, I would say if someone's out for 10 days, they're pretty much ruled out for this one, aren't they?
You would think so, and it's a real shame because Khaled is a good player, but there's plenty of quality players in that 76ers team, and I'm sure someone can make a push for the starting lineup over training next week.
It will be a thrilling second game, and we're looking forward to seeing who wins that. You will see the next game live, of course. Thank you very much, Quinton, for your attendance today.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you again soon. Goodbye.